your host, Charise Beckett, and
I am your host, Mark Thompson.
how are you?
If you focus on what you did in the past,
To lead, transform, and shine.
this is a great collaboration. Career Transformation Academy and Queens behind the scenes. Mark Thompson, Charise Beckett, about to tear.
Hello there, and welcome back to Corporately Speaking. I'm Charise Beckett.
We're just going right into it. And I'm Mark Thompson. I thought we had a story to talk about
Wait,
today.
we do. We might. Oh my gosh. Well, I told you I was going to that restaurant.
Okay.
I'm going to that restaurant Juneteenth, going to Black-owned restaurant. I'm really excited about that. Also, we're recording this on Juneteenth, so happy Juneteenth, my people.
You all will
Yay.
see this next week,
Yeah, so it won't be Juneteenth, but we are recording on Juneteenth, which is
a good thing. Yeah.
a great, great thing. And before we get started, I was thinking, when I was thinking about the topic, I went on LinkedIn because I was like, let me see. And the first thing that pulled up was this humble brag from this guy. It's like, I did this, this, and this. I worked for the NFL, the this, and that. And then it was like, and I thought I had it all. And then it's him with a picture of like his daughter, it was a Facebook post.
Right.
And I'm like, so anyway, I
People
think
putting all this stuff on LinkedIn. That's what we talked about last week. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know. I'm torn because it is a social thing. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. But at the top of the hour, what they got to do, Mark, tell them what they got to do.
Yeah. Hey, before we get into this, folks, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you know when Corporately Speaking is going to drop. We don't post every week. We don't drop every week. But when we can, again, we have jobs, folks. So when we get together, we're doing the best to give you some great information. So make sure you share. The more you share, people get to see this, and strangers get to see this and see our posts. So we see some growth happening across the world, but we also want this to blow up as much as possible. We're talking about fun stuff here, corporate stuff, the same thing you deal with if your life, and if I don't care what job you're in, we're talking about it. It's here. It's available. So tune in, click the button, and let's go.
Amazing. Well, today we are going to talk about a platform that all of us use, all of us judge, and let's be honest, most of us do participate in LinkedIn. And I have a question. Has LinkedIn become corporate Instagram? For me, I remember when LinkedIn was where you updated like your job title, posted your new roles, which I will tell you, I did not know when you change jobs, you have the choice. When I changed my last job, which was like 5 years ago, people were like, congratulations. I was like, how do you know?
You don't have to tell us so.
I didn't know you could turn that off. Okay.
Welcome to Career Transformation Academy, where we help you with your LinkedIn optimization.
Yes, I had no idea. Yeah, I did not know that, and and I was being congratulated. So you can get congratulated by people for promotions and get connected to people in the industry. A lot of like recruiters use it to reach out to people. But that was it. Now everybody's just like a thought leader or a founder, and everybody's disrupting something and has a framework and a master class. And somehow every post starts with, I wasn't going to share this. And then they proceed to like share it, just like I said about that one story. And then honestly, I just have questions. So Mark, let's get into it.
Right. So this is one of those most fascinating workplace shifts. So we've seen over the last several years, just LinkedIn is happening with the way the world is moving as well. So because LinkedIn isn't really just a networking platform, it's a stage, and we like validation, right? And this is where validation can be felt. Trust me, I actually click my LinkedIn sometimes doing like, anybody like that little post? Okay. So people are, and this is a beautiful thing to me in certain spaces, and then there's the negative piece. So people are curating their careers, which we talked about the McDonald's thing last week. French fry person could be a French fry culinary expert. You're building your brands, you're creating identities, and some of this is incredibly useful. So I've seen people find jobs and here launch their businesses, meet mentors, create opportunities. There's a science to all of it. I teach some of that. And then also
this is right up your alley.
Yeah, some of this stuff is what we teach as far as building that. But some people wouldn't have these chances, and even myself, if I hadn't used the platform. But I've also seen a lot of posts. There's whole church. Have you been? I've seen some church posts on here.
Church?
Yes, there's people on there that is like when you scroll, like, why is it there? Or you'll see people selling products, or you'll see, look at this guy opening up pearls, or it's weird that you'll see so many things because now it has become a platform like social media. That the fact that it's allowed is what really scares me. So that's what I stop scrolling. I just ask myself, like, why does this have to? What does this have to do with your profession? Why too? Like, why is this on here for my job learning? Why is this a part of my profession? How did a picture of you boarding a flight become a lesson on leadership? Yeah,
It's just
everybody's
it's a humble brag though, and it's not so
yeah.
humble. Like we do notice.
Yeah, it's anything that we can find. Again, validation may be the key word in the corporate space, and then we can probably get. I hope it's in here that we talk about that too, because corporations are kind of forcing you to get on here too. I don't like that. But the other thing we have on here, how did your morning coffee become your post about resilience? And at what point did every life experience become content? And this is what LinkedIn does. And sometimes it's a little bit of, I want to say, butt kissing involved in there for
It's a
corporate.
it's a lot of things I
Yeah, we can go deep into this one.
if I didn't have to have LinkedIn, I probably wouldn't. I gotta be honest. And before people think we're hating, let's say this up front. LinkedIn can be incredibly helpful. I've made connections there. I've made opportunities there. I've met amazing professionals there, but somehow along the way, it has changed, in my opinion. Or has it not for some people? And I think we all know that. I mean, it has shifted because the vibe now feels like less like, to me, networking and more like performance in some
Right.
ways with some. I don't like to call them creators. They are because it's just
Yes,
yeah, they
it
are
is
content
content. We're
creators.
answering our questions as we go. It's
Ah,
content
it's
creation.
content creation.
You gotta think, and this goes into the next point. We're gonna figure out how did this happen, but you gotta think companies actually hire people to manage their LinkedIn for content creation. It's Yeah, it's like, how do you compete LinkedIn if somebody else can just go on Facebook and Facebook has a job site? TikTok has a job site. People can find jobs other way. So how do we corner the market if I've already been there? So I'm answering the question a little bit. When did this happen? When did people realize visibility creates opportunities? 20 years ago, your work spoke for itself. It was your resume. It was in there. So today, your work and your visibility speak for you. So someone can discover you through a post or invite you to speak or offer you consultation opportunities or consulting opportunities, which I've seen in a lot of different tech communities as well. They'll see you and be like, hey, you want to speak? How you know me? They've been watching you for weeks. But
Yeah.
it is a great platform to be on boards. You can find places that I think we have more pros than cons at this point.
But see, okay, okay. So I think there are pros, but like even I let me tell you I had to curate a message for people to reach out to me through LinkedIn in messages
Mm,
because I'm tired of people trying to sell me stuff. There's no way that you can ever stop it. It is
right.
so to me, it's just as bad as those things that say scam likely on your phone. It pisses
Yeah.
me off. And I have curated this message that's basically like, I joined LinkedIn to make connections. If that's not what you're genuinely reaching out to me about, that's fine. I just would like to
Yeah.
remove you as a connection because do not give me, I did if I need whatever it is you selling, Imma buy it.
Right.
LinkedIn is not where I am not looking for products on LinkedIn. I don't wanna that's not where I'm gonna do my research for and maybe that's my fault. Maybe you see, I have strong feelings about
You do. I mean, look though, it's parallel to kind of relationships too. We talked about that. People are trying to build relationships and sales, and just like in the world of relationships, it worked for somebody. So somebody was like, "You should go on LinkedIn and keep trying it." All on Instagram and social media. You want to get high end clients? We'll teach you a whole strategy on how to go on LinkedIn and find all these people. That's why you're getting these messages. Charise works at such and such company. She has this. She probably has connections to these. She can get me a high ticket value. You
and
know?
that's since instant for me, and I don't reach out because I'm not gonna give you nothing but ghost you. And that's the
Yeah.
thing is like
Leave
I
me
won't
alone.
answer you. And I stopped even sending that message because guess what? I'm not even answering you
Hmm.
because now you're just filling up my inbox with unnecessary bullshit, and I don't like it. But I do understand why people have adapted because there are brilliant people doing amazing work who do remain invisible. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
there are people with average experience, with incredible visibility who seem to be everywhere. And that is what bothers me.
Yeah, the visibility.
visibility matters. The problem is that visibility started
Mhm.
becoming confused with expertise. And we talked about that when we started talking about that fake doctorate lady. And
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. They're not the same thing. The person with 10,000 followers is not automatically more qualified than the person with 200 followers. The
Mhm.
person posting every day is not automatically the smartest person in the room. Sometimes they're
Yes.
just posting every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe they're not posting like me. I'm not posting a thing, but I have agents that are posting for me just to
Right.
stay at the top of the
But you
SEO
actually are
algorithm.
an expert in your field, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. There is a
Right.
difference in that. I see and then
It's okay. Woosah. Woosah. I like this topic.
because
I'm
it's
your
making me
therapist
mad.
today. I'm like, okay, you want to lay down on the couch?
Because it does annoy me. It also gives as me as a person who does have expertise,
Mm,
it does really discourage me from sharing because you see people out there and we have made average shit so like people being average
mhm.
and average shit, the bar is in hell. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You can post whatever you want, and I think
That's the
we
problem.
this is the time because it's flowing with social media's algorithm. So we take LinkedIn, let's take Twitter, let's take all these other bars that social media has raised. LinkedIn tried to stay in this career community, but again, it's about money and it's about adding more people to the platform. More people are probably on Twitter because of money versus careers. If you really think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. I literally just watched. It's so funny. I was watching. What was I watching?
Mhm,
I was watching a I watch true crime. I love true crime. And I was
mhm,
watching a true crime show about this. Apparently, cosplay used to be a huge thing on TikTok. I did not know
mhm.
that because I don't cosplay and I don't go to Comic Con or any of these other places.
Yeah, you don't need to.
No, no. But this person was making like this astronomical amount of money on TikTok from cosplay. And it was like
Mm,
unreal amounts of money. And I was like, oh, people really do make money on TikTok, like a lot. No idea.
yeah. So this is going into what we talk about, how social media is just rewarding the frequency. That's the huge distinction. So work rewards competence, but those things do not always overlap. So that's the confusing piece I think we have here about LinkedIn. Why I'm on a work platform trying to get credibility, but LinkedIn doesn't pay you for being on. Like if it paid people, that would make sense. It does not make sense. I'm sorry, I'm on your side now. I'm
That's
going
what
back and
I'm
forth.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Why are you posting so much if you're
and
not
why
getting
are you
paid?
I had somebody oh my god, I would see this person, they post on LinkedIn all the time, and it just gives me pick me vibes. I don't know what like, I
Mm.
don't even know, and I don't
For
know.
those who don't know, what
It's
is a pick me?
you know what a pick me is,
No,
don't
not for
play.
me. It's for the audience.
Like, I'm like, you know what that is. I just anyway, everybody now is also a thought leader. Like,
Mhm,
can we talk about these titles? And because this is where I really get tickled.
mhm,
Everybody's a thought leader. Everybody's a CEO. Everybody's a
mhm.
damn founder. Everybody is a transformational leader. Everybody's an executive coach or a strategist or a disruptor. Everybody is an
Everything I have on my
architect.
profile.
Everybody
I'm
is
like,
an
"Yep,
architect.
I got that. I got." Hey, you gotta beat the ATS system. There you go.
I literally heard someone call themselves a human potential visionary. What the
Mm,
hell are you talking about, sir?
what is that? Yeah.
I don't
You
even know
can
what that means.
Hey, but you know what? I think this is again, you get to say what you wanna say. I have on mine, redesigning leadership.
That is not a human potential vision.
But people it makes people come to you and say, "What the hell is that?" Guess what? I've invited people to my world. People will come to me and say, "What do you mean by redefining leadership?" I think outside the box. I'm a thought leader. I innovate
So now
fast,
you're
you
back
know?
on the other side.
Hey, I'm back on the other side now, you know? But I think people are trying to just differentiate themselves. That's the key thing here I think we gotta look at. The market is super crowded. Like we said before, you can interview or apply for a job that just opened 10 minutes ago and 1,700 people already applied for it.
Yeah,
What's
you
gonna
did say
separate you?
last week.
Yeah, how can somebody find the market is crowded? Everybody's trying to stand out. And some people just create the language to sound bigger, more impactful, and more unique. AI doesn't pick that up, but guess who does? recruiters who are tired of using the ATS system because they're not finding the candidates that really can get the job done are going on LinkedIn and finding this stuff. And they see that and go, wait a minute, let's see what this person is talking about. And you can't get found that way. So yeah, I'm back on the other side now.
Some of that is completely legitimate, but some of it does feel like corporate cosplay. It's giving, I'm creating a character, not I'm describing my profession. And I think LinkedIn has become a place where people are trying to become who they want to be publicly while they're still figuring it out privately. Like
Mhm.
they're not there yet, which also is dangerous because then they become a candidate you hire for a job. I've seen this. I've seen people, they're on here talking about what a thought leader they are. They get these jobs and they don't even know what the hell they're doing.
But you've seen that your entire life.
True story. I mean, that's
What's the difference? Without LinkedIn, it already existed. I mean, people are like, how the hell did they become a leader?
but I get aspiration, but aspiration and inflation are not the same.
It's not. And before we go on to the next thing, what is the same is that people like you. Likability is still something that gets you a job more than whether you got the skills or not.
I mean, that
For
is
some people,
for some people,
and
because
I
it's
mean
not
them.
always right, because that don't always work for, yeah. Anywho,
So let's talk about the corporate highlight reel. So the other thing LinkedIn has become is a highlight reel. I agree. And so you open the app immediately and see, whoa, this how is it going to scratch you up? Promotions, speaking engagements, new businesses, awards, books, new jobs, funding announcements, and everybody's winning. Well, that's positive.
but that is positive, and I mean, and I had a book and I promoted it on
Exactly. I
to.
want to say, go ahead, talk about yourself.
Okay, I'm not saying again, it's not all bad. My biggest beef with LinkedIn, they gonna sue me.
Well, luckily we don't put the podcast on LinkedIn.
No, but like my thing is my beef with it is not all of those amazing things. Like I think sharing all that is amazing. It's the overinflation. I think where I get the part about LinkedIn that has bothered me is more around inflation of like your true what you actually do for a living and those types of things in these weird stupid titles. But
Hmm.
also, like I think it has creeped over into personal. Like I told you,
Yes.
like it has creeped over into personal. I saw a man. Okay, two things that bothered me. One, it's creeped over into personal. Somebody put it's my daughter's birthday in a picture. Like I don't give a damn. I mean, I'm not trying. Good for her. Great. Then I saw another guy was like, "Hey, my daughter's looking for a job," and posted her whole resume on there. I'm like, "Well, number one, I would not hire your daughter if her dad has to do that because that is absolutely freaking ridiculous. Number two, what?
This is networking in the new way of social media. So
Maybe I'm just old. Maybe that's it.
no, I don't like that either. Like I really tell people, stop telling people you don't have a job. Think about it. The opening network, like I don't choose that. Tell the recruiters, but don't tell the world. And don't go on there telling everybody, hey, I just lost my job. I'm looking for a new job. If you can tell me any
Yeah.
opportunities, no, go out there and do the work, which is start pinging people,
And I don't
networking.
mind helping those
Yep.
people, but I'm like, I don't think that this is the way you're gonna get it.
No one ever that's the one post that I never see a lot of likes or
Well,
even
nobody wants
hearts.
to like that somebody
Right.
lost their job.
Exactly. But so
Get
people
them, I
don't
don't see a lot of
I
likes
don't see
on
a
him.
lot, but so there's no validation behind it. But if it's no validation, then why do you post it?
But why do we always need validation from people we don't even mess with on a regular day?
This is the world.
I
Well,
don't like that. I think everybody needs to get a little more confidence.
no, I agree. I think this is the huge piece of knowing who you are. It comes back to mindset. It comes back to really discovering
They gonna make me smoke this vape on here.
hey, this is your world. So this is the space where people have to connect with themselves and not with an app. The app doesn't get you the job. You get you the job or the networking or the mentor or, other opportunities. So again, Career Transformation Academy, we preach your brand is your ownership. It's not in LinkedIn. It's what you put out on LinkedIn for people to come find you. You
Well,
can't
everything you present is your brand. Like
exactly.
everything. So whether it be on social platforms, whether it's a professional social platform like LinkedIn or Instagram, your brand is who you are. And I had to say this to
Yes.
somebody, and I'm gonna say this, and it's not really as related, but it kind of is. I always tell people, I remember there was somebody who told me that they were so worried about their brand. They were like nasty to people, but like not people that they respected. And I had to tell them, I said, this is funny, and you're gonna probably, I'm gonna probably hurt your feelings when I say this, but I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin to let you know that your brand is not just the people that you care about, their experience with you. Your brand is a collective experience of all the people that you engage with. So
Mm-hmm.
you might have a good brand with some people, but you don't have it with other people. So remember that, like, it's a
Right.
collective of all the people you engage with. So I always have to say that to people, and I think that's like with LinkedIn too. Like people, you can have this like. I think that's with social media. Period. And my frustration around social
Mm-hmm.
media. Like I'm just like, I really, I
Yeah,
find
we
it.
are. How about this? We just old. We're older, and we don't like these whippersnappers. But I mean, let's go because I was getting ready to say, along what you're saying, and then people using this, and then still being in the corporate world. Because I had to advise people what you say when you go talk about brand. What you say on social media can affect your job. You have to
Have to
be
tell people that
careful.
all the time. Yes, you cannot be out here reckless. You see how many people have gotten
Mhm.
fired from stuff that they post
Fired,
on not
political,
LinkedIn, but like
anything.
Instagram or
Yeah,
or Twitter or wherever. And yes, I still call it Twitter because I'm not calling it
just
that other
Twitter.
name.
Yeah.
But people have gotten fired. I mean, you listen, people have gotten fired for that. People have gotten fired for behaving poorly out in public and then somebody posting them acting poorly on Instagram and then they get fired. So you definitely can get fired for what you post yourself.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, and I think the other piece of it, let me scroll. I don't even know if we're getting into it, but it's the corporations who try to push you into posting. Like, make sure, like, there are now templates in workplaces. When you post on LinkedIn, here's what you post. And I like the governance, but this is my platform. How you gonna tell me how to do my thing? So they're orchestrating the way you use your own personal system
Yeah.
because you
I mean, because
represent that
that
company.
company, well, yeah, they have social media policies. I mean,
Right.
there are definitely policies around social media. And that's why, I mean, I'm always really careful. I mean, I don't really be saying anything out of pocket because I don't really operate like that, but you do have to be careful. I remember, oh my God, this is so funny. Somebody actually had the nerve to say that Queens of Hennessy was racist.
Because of women or what? I
I
don't.
have no idea, but that was wild. And I was like,
Mm,
that's interesting. It's not at all, obviously. I do talk about the Black experience because I don't know if you checked, but I'm Black, and
mhm.
I think I can do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but it was a wild accusation. Anyway, let's move on because
I would have said, "Write me up then. Go ahead. Please,
I was
let's
just
talk
like,
about it."
yeah, I was like, look at it, and I ain't heard nothing since. I ain't heard nothing about it since, but that was just, like, crazy. But what I will say, and I know I've kinda, like, lost my way here a little bit because it's a curation. It's curated professionalism, just like Instagram curates our personal life,
Mhm.
and it's your
That's not where we're at.
no.
It's professional highlight culture. That's where we are. We're talking about professional highlight culture, and if you don't recognize that, you start comparing everyday life to someone else's press release.
And haven't we talked about that before? Like how
Mhm.
that can play. We've talked about that, but in life, people talk about that's their highlight reel. And listen, when I am on my social, this is what I have this love hate with social media. When I'm on my social media, you are going to get my highlight reel because I don't owe you
Mhm.
shit. I don't owe you my vulnerability. Like you
Right.
know what I mean? Like I don't owe you to show you my whole life is not for public consumption. So
Right.
my personal business is not like, so you are going to get that. The problem is that people start comparing themselves to that when that's just not people's everyday life. Now, I will say I love my life. I have a pretty spectacular one. I'm super blessed and I am so thankful. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But there's definitely things that are not highlights, that are that go on. But I think that LinkedIn has become a place where everyone announces like their best moments, just like social media.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with celebrating. But if that's all people see, it creates the illusion that everyone is constantly succeeding, and they aren't. Trust me, they are not. As someone who works with people and executives all day, I can assure you that everybody is figuring something out. They are. Everybody has insecurities. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has moments of doubt. They do, but you're not going to see that on there. And I think that's fine. But I also think, remember that.
Well, maybe that's where the layoffs things that don't get any likes get posted. People posting their badge on the last day of work, and you see those. Is that the vulnerability space?
Man,
Is that
that
performative vulnerability?
don't
Ooh,
even think you need to share. That's performative
that's
vulnerability.
performative
Because
vulnerability.
that's not, to me, that's not real vulnerability. Like, that's not what, ask Brene Brown. That is not real vulnerability.
Right,
Posting your badge on your last
right,
day that is attention. So
right,
that is attention, and you're going to get some. I don't know. It could be negative or positive. I wouldn't do that. But I also think you don't owe people that either. You don't owe anybody to tell them. That's my point, is like, I think the healthy spaces, people do not owe that to social media. But also, on the flip side of that, people need to remember they're not seeing the worst moments of people's professional life. They're seeing the highlight reel. And if you keep that in mind, you don't become unhealthily obsessed with it.
right. So these are the posts that, this is the genre, that people have created. I got rejected. I cried. I mean, I just lost my job. I want to cry. I want to talk about it with tears in my eyes. I worked at this job 23 years, or I've learned something. Like, people are celebrating all these things, or I want to share my journey, or I want to I've seen people do some things as simple as I connected with somebody from another company and they do the same job I do. But guess what? Because you're under that person and there's a lot of butt kissing, they get 1,000 likes just because of their status at that company. I've seen that. Hate it. Now I
Wow.
hate that because it's like, oh yeah. Now that's the thing about LinkedIn that does happen. Let's say if I'm a chief HR officer, I'm a CHRO, and I post something on the company, but I already have a pillar of 2,000 people globally, and they see my posts. What are they gonna say?
Yeah, because that's
Like.
like status.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
status. I think that's another area that we can create. I can just go in there and say, ABCD 1 2 3. I'm the CHRO, so everybody's like, "Oh, that was profound," and trying to kiss butt,
Again, here we go.
butt kissing.
Rewarding average nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I think that sometimes those, like, posts can be beautiful, right? Sometimes they're necessary, but I do think that other times they're strategic. They feel strategic anyway, because now vulnerability, it performs well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gets engagement, it gets comments, it gets reach. And I think we've entered an era where people know exactly what kind of stories get attention. So the line between authenticity and performance get very blurred.
Yeah, that's interesting because it doesn't necessarily mean people are being dishonest, but it does mean people are conscious of their audience, so they
Exactly.
know who's watching and who's looking.
And that's why I always, exactly, everything becomes content. Everything is a setback becomes a lesson. Every struggle becomes a framework. Every inconvenience becomes a leadership principle. I stubbed my toe this morning. I don't need to turn that into 3 lessons on resilience and how I can get back up on my feet and everything doesn't have to become content, but it is. And that's why I think now LinkedIn has moved into entertainment just like Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if they're gonna start paying people. I wonder if people are getting paid for content
I'm
creation.
not, because I don't put nothing on there. So you asking the wrong one, because if somebody gonna get paid, the show ain't gonna be me.
But you need a personal brand. So do we all need a personal brand now?
But I have a brand.
Right. But do you need it on LinkedIn?
The other day I Googled myself.
And you found yourself?
Well, yeah. you said,
Good
and you
job. You
found yourself.
won.
No, I did it. And you know how on Google you can use the AI. I just started asking it questions about me. And
Mhm.
I was like, could you reach out to Charise Beckett? And it was like, Charise is a high ranking executive woman. You don't just reach out to her. I was like, okay.
You got
It
the
was pretty.
algorithm set right. Do not reach out to her.
You said you got that algorithm set
Right.
right. Don't listen. And that's my, like, I think LinkedIn can be very helpful, and I've seen people get so many jobs and opportunities and all of those things.
Right.
But I've also seen people on their front end, like, fake lives, fake.
Yeah. And so this is where I think companies, corporations, people try to become FBI. So this is where I struggle. We talk about this. I think personal branding, it is optional. It says is optional anymore. I don't get that. But I don't think it's
It says I
optional.
don't think personal branding is optional.
Yeah, it's not optional.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
Personal
not
branding is
optional.
not. You have to have a brand. People look you up.
Yeah, you got and so companies now will actually I remember I was helping a small business bring on some talent. So I got all these candidates lined up. I vetted them all. I gave them the top talent and I gave them one who had all the skills they were looking for, everything they wanted. Hire her.
All
She's
the
willing to
things.
move, everything. Well, we looked at her Instagram and she had pictures of sundress and just a little cleavage, and we didn't like that.
Are you serious?
And I was like, "You mean tell people can't even wear?" She's not even. I looked at the picture too. I'm like, "This is not provocative. She's young, but
I don't care if it is provocative. It's her personal page and she can wear whatever she wants.
it was a perception." And I said, "Well, you get the right to make your choices as a company and what you want to choose to decide on. But if you're looking for a Mormon and all the credentials and criteria you were looking for,
And
I
yeah,
could not help them anymore." I'm like,
I'm
"Where else can
sorry
I
that
help
you
you?"
looking for somebody from the Church of Latter-day Saints. I mean, I'm
Right.
sorry, but like,
It could
what?
hinder finding good talent because you're looking at that. So, they're gonna look you up, recruiters are gonna look you up, employers are gonna look you up, clients are gonna look you up. People wanna know who you are, but they're also gonna make assumptions about you. And that's the thing about what you're posting on here that could actually gain you an opportunity or lose your opportunity. 3 years ago, well, actually at this point, 4 or 5 years ago, I made a decision to never get back on Instagram posting personal stuff. And it wasn't because of that. It was a personal journey for me, but I used to post my
You don't post
daughter, post
anything
every
personal?
I used to post yeah, I don't. Nothing but business,
Yeah,
and
you're
I
right. I
promised
never
myself
see
that.
anything.
I used to post my daughter, I used to post food I cook. I got and this is the validation. I could be at McDonald's. I just got that new milkshake and then 30 likes. I was happy. But now I gotta keep feeding this pool of crap to get
Yeah,
people to continue to stay there.
and
And
yourself
myself,
too,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
right.
and that's I made a decision, and I will say this for like Instagram for sure. Like, I made a decision that I decided that because I like even like I post personal things,
Mhm.
but not like personal,
Yours
personal.
fits the aesthetic of what you do, though. I like
Right?
that.
It
Yeah.
does. It's my brand, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a girl, it's not a girl, a woman
Mhm.
that is living a good life. It's the aesthetic fits the brand. And so, but I did make the decision that when I post in my bikini, I post, and things like that. And I will say I made the decision to not if you don't want to work with me because of that, then oh well, I don't care. Like if you are a company or a client that doesn't want to work with me because I post a bikini on Instagram, you're not the kind of client I want to deal with.
Like, you can't even wear a sundress.
And that's wild. Like, I
Right.
actually have a bikinis, like,
Yeah.
literally two-piece bikinis in Mexico, and I am on vacation, and I'm sharing, my experience, and I think and, like but you said it my husband said the same thing because I was like, "I wonder" when I first he was like, "I mean, I think it fits your brand, though."
Yeah, it does. And I felt bad for the girl that I was trying to get on because I was like
I mean,
she
what you
wasn't
supposed to tell
twerking.
her? And what you supposed to tell her?
Yeah, she
What
wasn't
you supposed to
twerking.
tell her?
She was ex-military, so she understood the government don't play that. It was crazy. So,
And it's her personal page, like, do you think she's just gonna walk up in here with her cleavage hanging out? Like, who said she was gonna do that?
right, right.
Anyway, I just professional visibility does matter, but I do worry about the pressure because now people feel like they have to be professionals and content creators
Mm,
all the time, employees and influencers, leaders and marketers. And honestly, that does sound exhausting. Some people simply want to do great work and go home. They don't want to create posts 3 times a week.
right.
They is me. They
Yeah,
don't wanna build a newsletter. They don't wanna become a brand. Some people don't want that, and I think we've unintentionally created a professional culture where visibility can sometimes feel like another job.
right. And this is, like I said, I don't like going into a company and being pushed to post. And I think the more you go up in leadership, sometimes they're pushing you to, oh, did you post a picture of our team outing? Sometimes I think about wanting to do that, and I'm like, I don't care because my friends don't even look at my LinkedIn. I don't have people that I know looking at it. Who am I actually? I think that's the
Yeah.
value that everybody needs to think about. Who are you talking to and
You
why?
better get your PR people to do that. I'm not doing
Right,
that.
right. Where's the value in what you're doing? If it
Yeah.
does not have value, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't progress your career forward. And stop posting. Hold up. I got to drop a microphone.
Don't break it. You already
It's,
had issues last week with
it
that
was something
cord.
else.
I was like, "You already had a cord issue."
We here though. We
Yeah,
here.
we are here. Did you fix it?
Well, as long as I don't hit it.
So you can't touch it.
Yeah, I can't touch it at all. And even adjust it. We're right here. So in closing, so maybe this is the question. Is it whether LinkedIn has become corporate Instagram? I think it has, but the better question is that necessity bad? Because it has created opportunities, it's created visibility, it's created community, it's created businesses, but it's also created pressure. You said it best. So with comparison, with performance, and then this professional theater that is there, just like all the other platforms, this is where we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. I don't dislike LinkedIn. Well, I don't.
Yeah, you do. This is
You say
you hate LinkedIn.
I know. I use LinkedIn. I do
Yeah.
appreciate it, but I think we have to remember something. Followers are not competence. Engagement does not mean expertise. Virality is not leadership, and visibility is not the same thing as credibility. Some of the most brilliant professionals I know barely post. And
Yes.
some of the most influential leaders I know don't call themselves thought leaders. And maybe that's the lesson. You know,
Mhm.
use LinkedIn, build your network, share ideas, celebrate your wins, but don't confuse a platform with reality because behind every polished post is a real person who's still figuring things out just like everybody else is.
Right.
So, anyway, what do they need to do, Mark, at the bottom of the hour? Any
Thank you.
last thought? First of all, any
Thank you.
last
Thank you for
thought?
joining. We're done. No, that's fine.
He said, thank you for joining. We're done.
Thank you for joining. We're done. Thank you. So, folks, again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join
Ding,
this
ding, 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 ding.
community. Corporately speaking, we're just getting more fun with these conversations, and we want you to understand where to find us. We're on YouTube, corporately speaking, Instagram _corporately speaking. You can find Charise Beckett at Charise.Beckett. That is Charise with an A, not an E.
Yes. And a
And you can
C.
and all of that. It's in the show notes. So show notes. So Career Transformation Academy on LinkedIn and everywhere else. We're also on Instagram. Charise Beckett on LinkedIn as well. I don't think you like being tagged in it. I tag you all the time. You be like, nope.
No, no. Listen, I love being tagged. I'm always looking for it. You stop doing it. I don't
You
ever say
reject
no.
it. Once you reject one time, I don't.
Okay, I probably rejected it on accident. You know, I don't even know how to use those. See, this is the other part. I can sit up here and talk about social media. I don't even know how to use it. Yesterday, I reposted something from. I just went like this, and I was like, "No, how do I take this back?"
Well, we're gonna have a social media 101 for people over 40. That's what we're gonna do. If you're over 40, we're gonna be teaching you how to do that.
I'm over 45, so I definitely need it.
Me too. We got to do it, but we're gonna go live. We said this over 25 episodes. We're going live one day. We're gonna play with it. We're gonna go live.
Yes, we are gonna do it. Now that we can do it straight from Riverside, that's just so much easier.
Perfect. So again, go get Charise's book. It is Poise. Have-poise.com. .book/book. It's on Amazon, and then she has a smart goal setting workbook for you queens out there who are trying to slay in the game. Go get that workbook and learn something. That's the thing. People got to start supporting and getting out here and doing things. So you can go to my new website. It's updated, it's enhanced, it's optimized. CareerTransformationAcademy.com. Everything is on there. You can get our CTA Career GPS. It's for $1 a day. You can get and learn how to get a six-figure job. Not seven. Ooh, seven. I'm like a six-figure job.
How's that?
We have 7.
I'm joining.
Yeah. We have 7 AI coaches, career coaches for 24/7. You can talk to them anytime you want to, just $1 a day. But they can teach you how to get what you want. If not, you can join our Skool community. It's free. Everything's in the show notes. I'm not going to read all these posts, but they're here. We are here. Find us, follow us, seek us, watch us. Yeah. Did you like that catfish thing I did last week? No, you didn't even.
Wait.
Yep.
The
You didn't watch the post, see? Folks, I ain't even got my own co-host looking at my daggone.
No. But you're not tagging me.
I'm going to put you on to Content 360. Content 360 allows me to post everything in one click. That's why you're not getting tagged anymore. I'm not going to every application like I did before, but I can go in. Once I go in, I can
But
just
if I
share
do
it.
Content 360, can you connect with me on there?
I think I can, but it's sometimes I've done it and it didn't follow you. So I don't know if it's clicking directly to you. So I'll copy it and try it next time. That's our business, folks. We're just trying to figure it out. But
Yeah,
I'll
we're
do
just trying to
that.
figure out the mechanics here.
That way you'll get every post and it'll tag you and then you just have to accept it. And that'll work.
Okay.
That work? There we
Yeah.
go. We got a plan. Folks, till next time, peace.